Hello everyone and welcome to this tutorial. My name is Lucky and I'm here to teach you how to use CorelDraw. In our previous video I explained how to use the lock, the hide, the group and the ordering. Now let's talk about the shaping. Here now you can see that the options are not activated because we have nothing selected. We have the weld, the trim, the intersect, simplify, front minus back and back minus front, and we have also boundary. Now let me create an object to see how this works. I create an object, create another object here. Now let me increase this a little. Let's increase this. Okay, let me place this here. And now these two objects are, this is a circle and this is a rectangle. Now if I select these two objects, you will see that we have an option. In the property bar, we have the options that we have here, the shaping. These are the shaping. You can see that they are now activated. So when I created and selected this object, you see that we have those options. These are the same options that we have in the shaping menu here. These are the same options. So now you can see we have weld, we have in trim, intersect, simplify, front minus back and back minus front. Then we have the boundary. Now if I choose, I want to use this and create a shape around this. I want to use the shape of this thing and create a shape around here. So I'll select this first and this second, and I will go to this option here, trim, and I will trim it. Now you can see that it has trimmed this object using this shape. So this is what this shaping does. So if I want to go further, let me undo this. If I want to go further, this is trim. I have trimmed that object. Then we have intersect. So let's see what the intersect does. If we select intersect, now it's trimmed. It uses to trim out an object from this circle. As you can see, we have this is what we have before. Then intersect is first, and then this, and we say intersect. Now this is the intersection that it gave us. Why this still maintain their shapes? So it just trimmed out this from here. Now undo. Let's select the two and go to weld. This weld, it welds the objects together, so they now become one. This is the welding. If you want to weld two objects together, you can use this option. And we have the boundary here too. You can create a boundary. For example, I'll fill this with color, remove the outline, and go to create boundary. Now you see that we have a boundary that is created. So this is the boundary. It used the shape of this to create a boundary, while these are still there. So this is a boundary box. So this is how the shapings works. So you can use this to cut or trim an object using another. Like now, okay, I want to use this and trim this. I can select this first and this, then you go to that word, go to trim. Now what we have here, it's this. We have used this to trim this object into this shape. Now this remains a rectangle and this is now a curve. It's no longer a circle. So if you want to modify this now, you can modify it using the shape tool. So this is now a curve that you can modify. So we still come to that as time goes on. So this is about using these shapings. You can use it to trim so many objects. Here also we have combine. So you can try all this and see how they worked. You can see the combine. It combined the two objects together. Let me go back, and after the shaping we have combine, which I've showed now, and we have break apart. Okay, let me combine this, and now let's see if the break apart will work here. This is the break apart. You can use it to break two objects. You can use it to break objects apart, not just two objects. You can use it to break objects apart, or now I say break apart. You can see the objects we combine are now back to their former shapes. Also, the break apart, you can use it to break apart text. This is break apart. And okay, is this curve? Okay, this is a curve. Let me write a text. Write this text, and then here I'll break. You can see that we have this option, break Corel apart. Now this is the text. You can see that it has broken the text apart by alphabet. All the alphabets are separated from each other. So this is about break apart. You can use Ctrl K to break your objects apart. After the break apart, I have the perspective. Now let me explain the perspective. Was it here? Okay, what we had there was envelope. In the previous version, there are some you will see the perspective tool here. Now this perspective, let me select the perspective tool, add perspective. Now that I have selected the add perspective, you can see that we have something like grid lines around the. Now you can use this to add perspective. You can see that the cursor have changed to the shape tool. This is why I told you earlier that the shape tool is very important. You can use it to do so many things. So this is how to add perspective. For example, I want to create a line text. Let's see. This text will be as if it is written on the floor. On the floor, maybe this way. Or you want to create something this way. This is perspective. this perspective. You can create this and it will seem as if it is standing somewhere. So you can see how you can tweak it to your taste. You can tweak it anyhow you want. You can tweak it anyhow you want. This is about the perspective. Let me make it more visible. This is the perspective tool, so you can use it to add perspective to your object, either text also or whatever. Now if I want to clear the perspective, go back to object and remove the clear the perspective here. This is clear perspective, so we can clear the perspective. Now after the perspective, we have convert to bitmap. This convert to bitmap has to do with image. So if I have an image here that I imported, or okay, not only image like this is a text and I want to convert it to bitmap, I go to this place. Bitmap is an image, so whenever you hear bitmap, it means an bitmap image. So if I want to convert this to an image, I'll go to this convert to bitmap and I'll select. Now we have the bitmap option. First is the resolution 300 dpi and the color is CMYK. By default I'm using CMYK mode here. I can change it to RGB and you have this selected. Make sure these are selected, anti-aliasing and transparent background. Then you can click OK. Now this text has been converted to bitmap. Now I cannot edit it because it's now an image. It's now an image object. So you cannot put color on it. You can't do anything on it now because I have converted it to bitmap. Anything on it now because I have converted it to bitmap. I can undo. So bring it back to the former shape. After the bitmap, we have convert outline to object. Now let's I have this. Let me put an outline around it. I don't have line before. Okay, let me put 4. Now this is an outline, and this outline, if I want to fill it with color, I can only fill it with one color at the moment. I can only fill it with let me say yellow. No, let me use this. No. Let me use just pure red. Now this is our outline. You can see this is the color option for the outline. So this is the line color and this is the fill color. So here now you can see that if you double click it, you will have the outline options. Here I have the color, which is one color. You cannot use multiple color on it at the moment. So I have one color, and this is the outline width. This is 4 points. If I reduce it to 3, you see how it is within the outline width. So let me leave it to 4 or take it back to 3. And this is the style. the outline style. If I want point dotted lines, I can use dotted lines anyhow I want the line to be. So I'm using this, and this is meter limit, and here we have corners, the corner of the line. We want a rounded corner, I can use rounded corner, or I can use a sharp corner. So if you watch these edges, you see how it is changing when I change the when I change it to rounded corner. Now here I can change it to behind fill. I can change the outline into behind, so it will be behind the text, and I can also check mark this for the scaling of the outline, so that they can be scaled with the object. It won't have to give you problems. Now let me increase this, since I have put the outline behind the fill. So let me increase. Let me increase this to 7. Yeah, and I'll click OK. Now you can see that what we have here is just one color outline. Then what about if we want the outline to have multiple colors? Well, that's where we have to break apart outline from the text. This is where this option comes in, convert outline into curve. So you can just select it, or you can press Ctrl Shift Q on your keyboard. If I select it, oh, it seems I did not select the object before doing that. I didn't select anything before doing that, so I am having an issue now, because CorelDraw is trying to figure out what I was doing. This is why I have this. So if I want to do that, you first of all select the object that you want to convert the outline to curve. The object must have an outline. Then you select convert to curve, or convert outline to curve, or you press Ctrl alternate Shift on your keyboard, and it will convert the outline into curve. Okay, now this is it. Why did it take so much time? So this is our previous our main text, and this is the outline that we have converted to curve. So now the outline is on its own. We can now fill it. You can see that the options here have changed. Now there is no outline, and we have the fill color here. We can now fill it with multiple colors if we want. So this is the fountain fill. Using the fountain fill, I can fill it with this is red, and let me select another color from here. Select another color from so click OK. Now you can see we have our outline now separated, and we have more better color on it than before. So I can maybe fill the text with I can fill the text, the main text, with black. So this is about converting your outline to curve. Then we have join curve, overprint, and other options here. This is where I will stop this video, and you can explore other options you see here. If you have any question, you can ask in the comment section.